everybody, Steve Nixon here with PianoLessonsOnline.com. Thanks for joining me here for today's lesson. All right, today I'm going to teach you how to play a beginner version of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. This song was originally made famous by Leonard, but then Jeff Buckley redid it in the 90s and it became even more popular. And then you had versions inside Shrek, and there was even a Christmas version of this song as well. So it's a really popular song and you'll really benefit from learning it. All right, let's head over to the piano and let's start learning. Thanks. All right, welcome to the piano. So I'm gonna play this first so you hear how it sounds, and then right afterwards, I will break down the chords and the moves. So here we go. We're gonna come in on a C chord, and we are in the key of C. All right, let's break down the chords and moves now. So we're gonna come in on an E melody note in the very beginning. So E, okay? Now, the first chord change that happens here is a C chord, okay? So C, E, G in the left hand, and then the melody note is G, okay? It's just the fifth of the chord. So we're gonna go like this. I heard there was a secret chord. Now, in the secret chord part, right? This is an A minor chord in the left hand. So A, C, E, all right? And then the melody is A. All right, so again, that area is, there's an A minor, okay? We're gonna have the same phrase again, of course, different lyrics here, that David played in It Please the Lord. That's the lyric that's coming up. So there's my C chord. There's the A minor chord, again, the same melody. Now here's a part where it's gonna change. We're gonna go to an F chord in the left hand. The A melody note's gonna stay the same though. So F chord is F, A, C here, and A melody note stays the same. Okay, now what was that here? Okay, it's from the F chord, the F. Now we go to a G chord here. Okay, so G, B, D in the left hand. The A melody happens again, so we're still hanging on the A, but then finally we go to the G there. Okay, E passing. Okay, into the C chord again in the left hand with the G melody note. Let me play that area again real quickly. But you don't really care for music, do ya? Right, that's the lyric there. Now, here's a cool little thing they're gonna do here. Okay, they're gonna do a little passing 5 chord, passing G chord, just to reset the phrase and move it forward. Okay, now here's the next phrase. Back to our C chord again with an E, G melody note. Okay, now we've got an F chord again with an A melody note, so F, A, C. G chord now, G, B, D, right? The melody note is a B natural. We're climbing up. You can hear the suspense building, right? So, now we have an A minor chord here, right? Like we had in the beginning in the first phrase. A, C, E in the left hand. The melody is C here, okay? So we have there's our A minor chord. Okay, now after the A minor, we go to an F chord here. So F, A, C. The melody stays on C, and then it goes to the D. Okay, now we get into a more tension-filled area, so to speak, right? Then we go into the baffled king. Okay, G chord in the left hand, G, B, D. The melody is D here, right? We're hanging on that D. Okay, so right here we have an E7 chord, our first 4-note chord in the left hand. E, G sharp, B, D. Okay, so. All right, finally we resolve from this E7 back into the A minor chord, okay? And the melody is D going to C, okay? Now here's a little chorus area now, okay? We can do this little pickup, E, G, A in the melody, and now we have an F chord meeting it at the same time. So E, G, F chord in the left hand, A in the melody, A, G, E there, okay? And I used it there, I accompanied it with a C chord in the left hand. Same thing again, E, G, A, same thing with the F chord in the left hand, A, G, E here. Now this area is real cool, it's very gospel sounding. And what this is a C chord. Now you may be saying, well, wait a second, isn't a C chord this? Just basic C, G? It is, but this is a C in an inversion. This is second inversion, okay? So check this out. C, E, G here, right? Basic C chord. If I take this fifth here, this note on top, and I throw it down an octave down here, right? We would have this shape right here, okay? So it's the same note, C, E, G, just in a different order. And the reason why we're playing it like this is because the melody is E here. We're putting it on top, all right? Sometimes you're gonna invert your chords just so you can have the melody on top. And that's what's going on here, okay? So C in second inversion. Okay, so E, F, E, D. Okay, so now we have a G chord. We're coming to the close here. G, B, D, right, like we saw before. But you'll notice that I'm dividing it between the hands, okay? So G and B in the left hand and then D in the right hand. Now, why am I breaking this up? Why don't I just play it all in the left hand? Well, the reason why is because in this arrangement, I'm playing the whole melody in my right hand and I'm playing the chord or the accompaniment in my left hand. So I'm just keeping it separate so it's easier to play, all right? Little trick for you there, okay? So again, from the C in second inversion, I'll put us back in context. F, E, there's my G chord, right? And then we go to C and then we resolve down to just basic C chord, C, E, G with the C in the melody. Okay? And then you'll start that whole thing we just did over again for the next verse. All right, so that is Hallelujah, an easy beginner arrangement. So I recommend you watch this video several times. I've broken down all the notes and all the chords. You know, grab all the moves here. If you're a little bit new to the piano, just watch it a few times, practice, and I promise you, you'll get it. All right, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to sharing music with you a lot further. Please stop by PianoLessonsOnline.com. We have all kinds of videos, tips, resources to help you become a better piano player. All right, thanks again for watching and see you at PianoLessonsOnline.com.